Good morning. Good morning, Florida Panther fans on this bright, sunny Sunday morning. High of about 57 degrees here today. High tide is in the afternoon, and there's no hockey. And the big bass be jumping. So that tells you all you need to know about my day. I went to bed with hope. I woke up, and we'll talk about this. I definitely want to get Stu's take on last night. Went to bed with hope, woke up, look at the standings, look at what everybody else did yesterday, and wanted to toss my laptop across the frisbee because when we lose, everybody else loses. When we win, everybody else wins. And here we sit again. So good morning, Stu. How are you, buddy?
Morning, Eric. 71 degrees down here in beautiful downtown Burbank, California. That's a joke, guys. Look it up. Rowan and Martin's laughing. Anyway, the season of what could have been.
Yes.
What if? Because we pretty much had a full squad last night.
Yeah.
Even though, guys might be banged up, but
right.
You said it was the best game of the year. I don't think so, but they played pretty good.
I mean, I'm taking into consideration the fights and all of that. The for entertainment value. That's
yeah. Now the big thing is shutting down, Crosby, who's Crosby and Letang are the Panther killers. I'll throw Malkin and Gunzel in as lower down the chain, but you stop Sid and you pretty much stop the Penguins. I'm talking about playing us.
Yeah.
But it just angers me that we're going, Jekyll and Hyde every other game, and that can't be. I mean, the game the other night was disgusting when you think about we had 71 or 72 attempted shots, and half of them missed the net.
Yeah.
I think 21 of them got blocked.
Jeez.
So, you're just not going to – I mean, we buried a couple of – the Lusteranian goal was on a rebound. The Bennett goal was on a rebound.
Right.
The Barkov to Ekblad cross-ice pass, which, when it works, it works.
It works.
Yeah, that was Kucherov to Stamkos. That's Backstrom to Ovechkin. That's the perfect, left-handed center, right to the right-handed shot, one-timer in the net. Of course, the beautiful snipe by Verhaeghe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
the puck hog.
All that illustrates like the differences in between the players. And what I was happy with was I was happy to hear Randy echo almost my exact sentiments, because I've been screaming about Barkov on the power play. It's like, dude, yes, sometimes that pass is going to work, but you're doing it every single time and they're cheating. Sometimes the pass is not there. You got to shoot just every once in a while so the defense can't cheat. And like 20 seconds later, Randy was saying the exact same thing. It's like, he's got to take some of those shots so that the defense has to respect the fact that he might take his shot. Because, when it works like it did with Ekblad, it works, but you can't do it every single time. You've got to, vary it up. And then he finally shoots the puck, and what happens? Rebound, Luosterainen's right there, boom, puck's in the back of the net.
Yeah, he also had a 2-on-1 breakaway with Lundell that he should have taken the shot.
You mean there was Duke?
Oh, it was Duclair,
yeah.
But, that's why in football you run running plays to set up, to keep the defense on their toes, to set up the pass.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, it just – like I said, let's not get false hope, guys, just from, another win.
I know.
When we've strung 5 in a row together, then we can – and maybe we've made a little bit of movement. Then we can get semi-excited. Right now, I'm not excited.
Well, I'm going to show you something, because it's interesting that you said 5 in a row. because here is the key to everything. And I've been going over this in the podcast a lot, but what I'm bringing up is the Islanders' schedule. Okay? They beat the Wings yesterday. Nothing good can happen there. Then they play the Sabres. Nothing good can happen there. Then they play the Penguins. Nothing good can happen there. The next game, they play the freaking Capitals, and that's 4 games in a row where one of those teams is getting 2 points, and there might be 3 points divided up. So no matter what we do, we have to win just to stay at the pace we're at now, just to stay even. We have to win because somebody in those next 3 games is getting 2, and it might be 3 points divided up.
Well, the Islanders have played 3 more games than we have. But on the opposite end, the Sabres have played 3 less games.
3?
So it would be, in my opinion.
Nah, dude, it's 1. We have 1 game in hand on the Islanders. Okay. We've got 64. They've got 65. Okay. And we're 4 points out. And realistically, that's the team we're chasing now because the Penguins have 2 games in hand and still have 5 points up on us. So really, it's the Islanders are the team that we're chasing right now. But it's not as good as. I mean, you got the 1 game in hand. So we can hope for them to lose, but then that means the Sabres, Penguins, and
whatever's done needs to be done in regulation.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing, right?
Now, you said something last night that I got to correct you on.
Oh, what did I do?
And that's me going to the game on Tuesday.
I thought you were going to the Vegas game.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Right. But what you didn't mention is I'm taking my 92-year-old wheelchair-bound mom.
Oh, that's right.
Fanatical Panther fan, doesn't miss a game.
That's right. That evens it out.
She's got a great track record.
That's right. No, that's right. It evens out Stu's bad luck. That's okay.
I don't have bad luck.
Come on. Just roll with it.
I've been to more winning games than losing games.
Kermit's life is in your hands, bro. All right? Just roll with it. All right? But you're bringing your mother. That's good. Okay? Yeah. So
and we're in the suite, so that's good stuff.
Yeah. Just don't get sick again.
Yeah.
Just don't get sick again.
Yeah. Okay? Man, that's good. That's a good point. I will definitely be bringing my mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Exactly. Just load up on your zinc and get out in the sun a couple of days before you're going. All right. That's all you need to do.
That means today and tomorrow.
Yeah, get your ass out in the beautiful Burbank, California sun out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, well, look. I mean, I get it. I don't want to. We'll just look at it this way. Zito has that press conference where he's talking about this and that and next year and the money that we'll be able to have. And, I'm going to do this video on Monday about going over the guys that we have signed for next season and where I think people might slot in and where their holes are. And I know that right off the bat, we've been 1 winger short in the top 6, with the exception of last year, for frickin' ever. And so last night it was Luosterainen's turn to take his shot up there on the top left. And I guess the question I have after last night is, can he play like that? Or are we going to get like 2 or 3 games and then the tail off comes because he's not really, you know what I mean? Because if he can play like that up there, I mean, it fills a big hole.
You know what my dream line is?
What's that?
Barkov with Luosterainen and Lundell. The 3 Finns. Talking in Finnish as they pass the puck to each other. And I think 2 of them are from Tampere. I forget which one is which.
Right.
Luosterainen, but that would be cool, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know who's going to take
all centers.
Right. Yeah, that would be I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm pretty pissed at Barkov for not shooting that that 2-on-1. He had a clear snipe top corner. I know. I realize he wants to get Duke a goal, but still, game like that, situation like that, you shoot.
Right.
Anyway, we won the game. Bob was great.
Yeah, we can't go without talking about Bob. I mean, some of this, all I know is ever since I started telling people to go to manscaped.com and use code FlyingFluffy and get 20% off and free shipping, about a week after that, Bob has been playing like he's 19 years old again. Like, his movement is very uncanny. How it's just a coincidence, I'm sure, but he's just, when I did that video a couple of years ago, or beginning of last season, so I guess a couple of years ago, and I was going and doing a series of how each player can improve, and I watched a lot of film of Bob from Columbus. This is what we paid for. The acrobatic flopping all over the place, blocking shots that got no business being blocked. I don't know what happened the first 2 years. But, I mean, because I know I was getting used to a different defensive system and all of that, but he wasn't playing his style. He wasn't using his athletic ability at all the first 2 years. Nothing like we're seeing now, and certainly nothing like what we saw in Columbus.
Well, he took all the cash out of his skates and behind his knee pads and his shoulder pads. No, he was stuffing all the $100 bills in his uniform and shit. And took it out and got 40 pounds lighter.
Maybe Luongo said, "Look, bro, if you don't shape up, I'm going to come back and show you up and take your job." He started coming out to practice, showing Bob, look, man, I don't know. There's something there. There's some explanation, because he started this season so bad. I mean, like the worst we've ever seen him. Like, just dead in the water, just retired.
We were saying let's trade him every day.
Yeah. I mean, he was bad, like by any NHL goalie standard. And all of a sudden now, so I just would love to be able to ask him that question. Like what, are you cognizant of what happened? Like, did you change your diet? Did you change your, did your wife start doing something different? I mean, what?
Eric. Want to hear his answer?
I'm listening.
I was told to go on YouTube and watch these two clowns at Flying Fluffy Hockey, the #1 Panther podcast fan in the world. And I was watching these guys, and they were saying how terrible I was. And I said, I'm making $10 million a year, and I am playing like crap. And I slapped myself, Boris. I had a shot of vodka, and I said, okay, let's go. And Roberto said, okay, I'll be there with you. And I started playing good.
Well done. Well, yeah. They'd never admit it, though. But yeah, I mean, you never know. Maybe he got a call from over in the homeland and said, you can't have men play with puppets, make fun of you.
Who's watching today? That's the question. Well,
we'll know Tuesday, right?
Congratulations, Aaron, on scoring one of your one-timers. Good silly. Let's keep it up.
Yeah. That was good to see.
And Ryan Lamborghini, I know you watch every day, so just keep up the good work, bro. We love you.
I wonder what he said.
You're our favorite player.
I wonder what he said. To get a 10-minute for just chirping. You had it had to be
unbelievable. Good. Somebody smart enough to post on Twitter Lundberg's hit on whatever goalie it was. I think it was against Detroit, where he got suspended.
Yeah.
What's the difference between what Zucker did and what Lundberg did?
Right.
They didn't even call a 5-minute. I mean, that was intentional. To hurt.
Right. I love to see Bob, though. Bob, I mean, when Bob went after him, that was watching the replay was fun.
But somebody on the next shift or the shift after, a Lundberg or a Gudis or one of those guys should have just said, come on, Zucker, drop him.
Well, Mahura tried.
You gotta go.
That's how that whole second scrum started. Was after the whistle ended, Mahura just started cross-checking Zucker in the back, and the referees, before Zucker could even turn around, the referees were in between them. They wouldn't let him go.
The referees know what's going on. They know about the unwritten rules of hockey, and that's a situation where you just let
them go.
Let the boys, what's the word?
Settle the score.
Give out justice.
Right. Yeah. Either way. Right. Yeah. No, Mahura. I think Mahura was. I mean, he was cross-checking him pretty hard. And then Gudis was ready to go with Malkin, and he just backed off. He didn't want nothing to do with that.
Malkin's a fucking pussy. He's always been there. He's always been there. He's a big galoof, but he's a pussy.
Right.
As long as he's got a stick in his hand, he's a tough guy.
Right. So, and I think Lomberg was probably just trying to stir something up to, get ready to go with somebody when they went back on the ice, and they gave them.
We play them again, don't we?
Huh?
We play them one more time, don't we?
Let me look. Let's see. Let us see here. Oh, hold on a second. Jeez. Oh, it brings me all the way back to the wrong page here. My laptop is my mouse is very, very sensitive. I'm looking. Nope. We don't play that. We do. That was it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm double checking.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. We don't play them again.
Just curious.
Nope. So we had to take care of that last night. Boy, I know we'll never see it, but I mean, it would take miracles stacked upon miracles. But a Panthers-Penguins playoff series, that would be fun. That would be fun, right? Because I think we could take them, but we'd irritate the hell out of them. But we could irritate them into playing our game at a more physical level, and they wouldn't be able to keep up.
I don't like the way the playoffs are set up now. It should be interdivision within the conference, 1 through 8.
Well, it's weird. It just depends on where the wild cards are, because like I thought for sure it was just in the division, but then we played the Capitals last year, so. It's funky how they do it. It is what it is.
You know what? We're not even having this conversation until we win against Vegas, and then it's 2 in a row.
Honestly, personally, from where I sit right now, I think they should just expand the playoff pool to 12 teams, and I would feel a lot better if we did that, right? I mean, that would still have us play in Boston, and I'm not afraid of the
Bruins. Everybody make the playoffs.
Just have the bottom 8 teams play. Here we go. Have the bottom 8 teams play a 1-game playoff, right? And then the winners of the 4 games, you expand it to 12. And you add in, like, the next round is like only a 3-game series. It's more hockey, right? It would make things more interesting, and the best teams are still going to win anyway. I'm trying to get us somehow. I mean, we made the play-ins. They already gave us that, so they may as well just, I don't know, wishful thinking.
For all those people that were calling for, Reinhart to be traded and Sam Bennett to be traded, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All right, Sam Bennett is a key guy to this team.
Well, yeah, Bennett, yeah, for sure.
All right, Reinhart with his 6.5. Okay, maybe.
I think that's been the opinion. That's been my opinion.
Maybe we overpaid him by $1.5 million or whatever. He's a $4 million guy, but
right.
Bennett, man. I mean, Bennett should be
right.
Matthew Tkachuk should have the C. Bennett should have the A, right. And alternate between Ekblad and Barkov on the A's.
Yeah,
that's your leadership right there. But
right,
it was a big difference having both Barkov and Bennett back in the lineup. Yeah. And like I said at the beginning, this is a season of what if. What if injuries and sickness and that stretch that we were without, our key guys.
Right.
Dell, Barkov. What if?
Well, I mean, we were heating up, and then Knight got sick / illness, and then Bob came back and he was playing out of his mind, and then he got hurt, and Alex Lyon did what he could, but we probably lost a couple.
I'm talking before all of that started.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Each time we've gotten
the first 20, 25 games. That's where the season was decided, in my opinion.
I mean,
there were 5 or 6 games that should have gone our way and didn't, and that's 10 or 12 points. We wouldn't be having this, constantly looking at the standings every day to say, "Oh, we're 4 points behind." We would have been in there already.
Right.
What if? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. All right. So we got Dr. Jekyll last night.
Right.
I'm hoping. My boy Paul is driving up from the Keys, so I'm hoping that he gets a good game. And we don't have the greatest track record against Vegas.
Right. Where are they?
Smith's got 20 goals. I don't know how many Marchessault have this year, but those former Panther guys always do a number on us.
Let me see where Vegas is.
Pacioretty's gone.
Yeah.
And Tuck is with Buffalo, so those are 2 more guys that usually do a number on us. But
Vegas is in a dogfight for first place, so they need the win. Nobody in the Western Conference is really. I mean, the top 8 teams are all like within 4 points of each other, basically. In the entire
I'll tell you,
conference.
my surprise team this year, Brian, LA Kings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, take a look at where the Kings are.
Yeah, they're tied. They're tied with the Knights, but the Knights have 2 games in hand.
So if the Kings, by some stretch of the imagination, makes it into the finals, I'll be sitting, on the glass for the finals.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, it won't be with Jonathan Quick, right?
Can't. Shocking.
Right. Very strange.
Shocking.
But that's sports, man. That's hockey. It's brutal.
Anyway, so we haven't talked since Chikrin got. Did we talk since Chikrin got traded?
No. Well, you and I talked, but we didn't have a show. I know you were disappointed.
Yeah, well, disappointed by how little they paid nothing for him.
Right.
Big difference between what they were asking and then, of course, what they were asking last year. But one of the guys that gets kind of sloughed under the rug there is Nick Bukestad to Edmonton, and he scored last night.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah, I mean he's had a decent year.
15?
No, it might be more. Let's see. Like I said, when I was
Panthers, Pittsburgh, Minnesota.
Let's see.
Arizona, and then Edmonton. 5 teams so far.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. Yeah, that was his 14th goal. And did you see? I didn't look at it all that much, but apparently Lawson Krause got himself another 20-goal season.
Never even played a game for us.
Yeah, but we had all that leadership from Dave Bolin, so
yeah,
there was that, right?
Dave Bolin came in for a cup of coffee and hit the road.
In fact, I think over the summer, one of the days that I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel for content, I'm going to make myself the all ex-Panther team, and we'll.
Yeah, I'd like to do that video with you.
Yeah,
we'll show graphics from let's say 2000. I want to kind of we'll do it in the thing where it was like the Nathan Horton, you know, where we didn't get Fleury, and then the Rick Nash Bomeister thing, and then Stephen Weiss, we picked him over. Like, let's.
Oh, you're thinking different. That's a different video. I'll do that.
I want to do like a fantasy, like what
right.
could have been if we had drafted this guy.
Right.
That guy.
Yeah, I'll do that one with you.
Then we can talk about Kendall McCardle and all the, you know, the bus first round pick bus.
Yeah.
We got plenty of them.
Yeah. But I'm interested. The one I'll do that one with you. The one I'm interested. I want to make a team now of like ex-Panthers. Like what would would the top line be like Bukestad, Krause, and Tippett? You know what I mean? I want to see what, you know, just because it's going to be summer, bro. You know what I mean? And especially if this team doesn't make the playoffs, you know. So yeah, I'll do that.
I can't wait to see the day after Instagram post by our boy Johnny Boy back in Florida. He's going to post something at his pool, sipping a glass of champagne. You know.
And yeah, life is good. And the Calgary Flam and and the Flames fans will be like, "What the?" Yeah. I'm enjoying my vacation. That's what it was. I'm enjoying my vacation or my time off. And meanwhile, we're sitting here like seething, and Bill Zito is just like blank stare, just like shocked, stunned, right? And he's like, "Yo, I'm enjoying my vacation." It's like, dude, what are you thinking, man?
Yeah, well, I'm sure his agent really reamed him for that one.
Yeah, he deleted it. But it's out.
Deleted it right after he saw our video we posted.
I know. Somebody said he deleted it before the video, but 6 of one, half dozen of another. Whatever it was,
it was a bad look, and
it was a bad look.
Yeah.
It was a bad look.
But he still got paid.
Well, look, I found it interesting, and I just wonder if he's eventually going to straighten out, and I'll give you why. Because we paid up until now, basically, we paid Bob for what he did in Columbus, but he's managed to straighten himself out.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, because let's face it, Calgary paid Huberdeau for what he did here, right?
Yeah.
And I just wonder if a couple of years down the road, he rounds back into form and gets himself, you know,
we both wish him the best.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom line is it doesn't affect us because he's in Calgary. He's in the West. It doesn't affect us. So let him get his 50 goals or 40 goals and 80 assists. But
he's never going to get 40 goals.
He's not doing that. I'm telling you, that trade messed with him.
It would mess with anybody.
Yeah, and it's you know, and look at case in point. Detroit traded Tyler Bertuzzi.
Right.
To the Bruins.
Right.
I don't know if you saw the clip. I did. Twitter posted a clip of Dylan Larson's press conference.
Right.
Because Dylan Larson signed a long-term deal.
Right. Yeah. Larkin. Yeah.
He's getting 8.5, I think, for 8 years. And he broke down. Somebody asked him about Tyler Bertuzzi, and that was his best friend on the team.
Oh, geez.
So
I don't understand why Detroit was moving guys. Do they have cap issues? Because they were right there. I mean, I know they lost a couple of games to Ottawa, but
that was a mistake trading Bertuzzi.
That didn't make any sense to me when I saw that. And then to trade it to a team that's in the conference.
Boston.
Yeah, I mean, right. It's like
best team in the league. Boston just gets Bertuzzi.
I know.
And Boston gets Orlov. And you know what? Orlov is ripping it up.
Right. Yeah.
I just saw something this morning. Oh, now they're showing the Dylan Larkin thing.
Right.
On the NHL Network right now, his contract. But Orlov's got like 4 or 5 goals and like 6. I mean, he's telling you, he's killing it.
Yeah.
So, again, Boston don't win the cup this year, boy. I'll be really surprised.
Yeah, you know, I know people think, you know, President's Trophy and all of that, but they've got the guys have the experience. You know what I mean? When Tampa did it, they were new. Yeah, they were great, but they were new. We did it. We were new-ish. We didn't have the experience. Boston's already won. Those guys have already won, so they know what it takes. They're not going to fall flat on their face going, we won the President's Trophy. I guarantee you they don't give a crap.
Yeah.
They got, what I mean?
I will tell you, the thing that Boston has going for them, besides Bergeron and Marchand and Coyle, and they have the two goalies.
Yeah.
Allmark and Swayman, man. They've been lights out this year.
Their numbers are insane, bro.
They could get 136 points. That's insane. Yeah. That would be the most points in history.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's, I was watching that this morning, then, I mean, on the one hand, you want to keep playing at a high level.
Yeah.
And not go down a couple of notches, which is what we did last year.
Which is what we did, right?
By the way, in the last 6 games or whatnot.
Yeah.
We just did not bring it. And obviously we brought that into the playoffs. That 75% energy level, which should have been 110%.
Yep.
The teams that are going into the playoffs at 110% and, have won 7 out of 8 games down the stretch.
Right.
You're peaking at the right time.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to see us squeak in by a miracle.
It's going to take a stack of them, but all we can do is just keep
eliminated. I still have hope.
Yeah. I mean,
so who do we have after Vegas?
Let's see. Let's go. I mean, and that's the thing. I think I was looking at this, somebody was talking about it yesterday,
and we're still at home. That's the big key to this right now, is we don't have to go anywhere.
So we've got Vegas. And then, honestly, after we get through Vegas, this should be no excuse not to sweep the homestand. You got Vegas, the Blackhawks, the Jets, the Canadians, and the Devils.
Yeah, Jets and the Devils are, that's.
I'm not saying they're easy. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But if we can't win those games at home with the playoffs on the line, then we don't belong anyway.
If we don't, not can't. I mean, if we don't, that's it. There's no question.
Right.
We have to win those games. We have to listen. After losing to Nashville,
that's the one, man.
And the way we lost to Nashville, we have to win these next 5 games.
And we don't have a lot of head-to-head. Like, we've got the Capitals. The Senators, the Senators are in the race, whether we think they are or not. They're right there. And the Wings. But other than that, we don't have any head-to-heads.
The Wings have taken a downturn the last few games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We don't have head-to-heads with the Islanders. I think we played the Sabres one more time. We played the Sabres April 4th, and then we have 4 games after that. That might be the do or die day. That might be the day where if you lose, you're mathematically eliminated.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean? We have another 3 days off, 4 days off. Yeah.
Well, 2.
3 days off, 2 days off.
Yeah, we got 2, and then we have 2 in between again. So, I mean, that's where I'm going with the no excuses in terms of us sweeping the homestand. We've got Tuesday, and then we've got 2 days off. And then we do play back-to-back Friday and Saturday. But the first game is the Blackhawks. Okay, and then the second game is the Jets.
So I put Lion in the Jet in the Blackhawk game.
Yep, exactly.
And save Bob for the Jets. Much better team.
But here's the thing. Then we have 5 days until we play again. We've got. Yeah, we play the March 10th and 11th, and we don't play again until the 16th, and then it's the Canadians, then a day off, and then the Devils.
All right, well, that's good for Bob.
That's what I mean. I mean, the only, you almost could put him out there for both games, but because you've got the 5 games on after. Being that it's the Blackhawks, you can
all
almost
depends on what all this. That's the thing. I was going to say it all depends on what he does in the first of the back-to-backs, but
right. But then you kind of
if
want
I'm
him for the
coaching,
Jets.
I give Lyon a shot. Why not?
Yeah. You got to be able to
The
beat.
Blackhawks were supposed to beat them and
Right.
beat them handily.
Yeah.
They don't have the Blackhawks don't have their Blackhawk Panther killer anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So yeah, you have to be able to beat the Blackhawks with Lyon, unless he completely just implodes and lays an egg, and you got to rush Bob back out there. I don't expect that to happen though. So we'll see, man. Just as something where we got 18 left. I talked about it last night. I might have been a little aggressive. Looking at the schedule, I mean, I think the worst, and this is really stretching it. I grasp this is stretching it, but I think the worst we could go is 14-4. I think that's probably and none of those 4 can be against, like, we play the Sabres, we play the Capitals, we play the Senators, we play the Wings. The Wings aren't as far out as you, or are they?
I know. I'm just saying they've lost a couple of games. They had those those back-to-backs that they lost against.
They've lost 5 in a row.
Columbus, I think.
No, it was Ottawa. That's why Ottawa. I mean, Ottawa is.
Ottawa. I'm glad you correct me.
Ottawa is tied with us in points, and they got 2 games in hand.
Yep.
And the Sabres are tied. They got 3 games in hand. Ottawa's won 5 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, might be one of these, these teams that we didn't expect to sneak in there.
It's just crazy.
It's crazy.
Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3. I won't even count the Red Wings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams within 4 points of each other, fighting for the spot. 6 teams within 4 points fighting for 2 spots.
Well, as you so eloquently pointed out a few minutes ago, those Islander Penguin games and whatnot, and what I don't even know really what is the best scenario for us in those games, other than one of the teams having, that it can't go to overtime.
Like if we look at it, like
one of those games can go to overtime, and I have a feeling that at least a couple are going to go to overtime.
So Islanders, Sabres, you got to go Islanders, because we still have a game in hand on the Islanders.
Right.
We need the Sabres to lose some games, or nothing we do is going to matter.
Yep.
Then the next game is Islanders, Penguins. I say go Penguins because we're chasing the Islanders. And then the next game is Islanders against the Capitals, and that's iffy because the Capitals are literally exactly tied with us. So nothing good can happen there. But mainly the biggest thing we need the Sabres to lose a few games, because they've got games in hand and we just can't freaking catch them.
Yeah, well, before any of that happens, we have to continue winning. That's all.
And that's I know. We go through this every.
Yeah. The Nashville game, it just, it's that game. Then there was a game the week before we lost to Nashville. I mean, it's just, those are games we should have and could have won. I think that the previous Nashville game, I think the penalties did us in, didn't they?
Well, that was also, I think, we were exhausted.
Or yeah. That's it.
We had played the 2 games or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So, look, last thing I'll say, I said this on the recap. Kyle asked me, why didn't this team play like this all year? The difference is Duke, man. The energy that he brings is okay. It's like going to watch Aerosmith without Steven Tyler. It's like, yeah, those are the guys, but those aren't the guys. You know what I mean? It's when you put Duke out there and it just raises everybody's level, because whoever's on the ice you better bust your ass. And we watched it last year.
Yeah, that's why Verhaeghe and Duke on the wings was just, a 1-2 speedball punch.
I remember last year saying rotate Duke. I wanted Duke rotated along the lines because whoever he plays with has to play at such a manic speed that then it gets everybody moving at that speed. You know what I mean? And then as the game goes on, you just keep moving him here and there because it's like a little energy plug you give to that line, and before you know it, all 4 lines are going like that shit. And that's what we saw last night, and that's the difference. And I said it, dude, Zito, please extend him. He looks fine. He looks like he's just fine after his injury. For a guy that came off, he looks way better than Huberdeau did the first week. I'll tell you that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I mean, Huberdeau, you could tell was, a little clunky and needed to play himself into shape. Duke is definitely, he looks fine. Extend him, please pay that man. Because
they said we didn't make any moves, but Kachuk nailed it and said basically we got Duclair back. It's like we got a 30-goal scorer back. So
right. So
anyway,
yeah, we'll see if there's time. Yep. All right, Blood. Enjoy your California sunshine. I'm going to film a video. One of the first videos for the fishing channel is going to be two very different things because the name of the channel is Found Tackle Fishing. So the first video, contrary to the name of the channel, is going to be an unboxing of all the Amazon fishing tackle that I bought because I'm 51. I've never bought myself new fishing tackle. It's always been hand-me-down or basically given to me. I've like rarely spent money on actual new tackle. And then the second video is over the years that we've lived in this house. This is going on 8 years now. Yeah. Whenever we go to the beach or the river, we always find fishing tackle. And we've got jars and like the van, because it's like we go to the beach, we find something, just throw it in the pocket in the door to the van. So we've just got like piles of lures and all this tackle. So I want to make a video about that, showing people everything that I find. And then so I'm going to do that today. And then I'm probably going to go fishing because it's about that time of year. I was out there. I've been going out there every day waiting. And the other day I was out there, and what we get near where I live is we get like these 8 and 10 pound, the female bass come in to spawn. So I don't try to catch those because they're spawning and I want them to spawn and come back every year. But I know that's when the fish are there. I know that's when the fish are showing up when I see them start to jump. So that's my plan today. It's going to be like 58, 60 degrees. Awesome. It's beautiful. Yeah. So, all right, everybody.
Hit the subscribe button, guys. Put your comments. What do you think?
Oh, and before I forget, we're going to do this at the tail end here. Hold on. Now, from now on, this is to encourage the like button. I know I waited too long to say this, but maybe I'll cut this out and make it a clip. Now, guys know Manscaped has been a sponsor of the channel for a little bit, half a minute now. Been talking a lot about the lawnmower with the light and the guide and the guard and how fantastic it is. Haven't talked a lot about the weed whacker. Now, weed whacker is the nose, the hair. You get your nose hair, your ears hair. Like I said last night, don't try to pluck your eyebrows with it, okay? There's a lot of warning labels on the packages, but they didn't warn people not to try to trim their eyebrows with it. I know you guys are out there doing it, all right? So here's the thing. I got one brand new. Now, I did this on the recap last night. We're going to try this here, okay? 100 likes. Need 100 likes. And just in the comments, drop the hashtag Manscaped, okay? Video gets 100 likes. I'm going to run I can put everybody's name into an online name picker, and whatever name gets generated, if you used hashtag Manscaped, I'm going to send you the Weed Whacker for free.
Cool.
All right. But we got to get to 100 likes. Now, when I started this video, the recap was at about 55 likes. So we're almost halfway there on the recap. So let's see. I know I waited too long
Well,
in
let's
this
do it
video.
for this video.
But yeah, we'll try it for this video as well. 100 likes, hashtag Manscaped. And if I send you the Weed Whacker for free, then you'll like the product and you'll want to go use code Flying Fluffy, get you 20% off free shipping on the lawnmower. They've got a beard thing. I think I'm gonna have them try to send me they've got a beard trimmer that I've been seeing ads for. So I'm gonna ask them, hey, if you guys want to send me something, send me that, because so far I like their products. I don't know if the beard thing has a light or not. That would really be helpful, man, because especially you guys know you trim and you shave and then you go look in another mirror that's got better lighting and you're like, how did I miss that spot, right? And you've been walking around all day like that, like a dumbass with like 3 hairs right here that you didn't see. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys again tomorrow with the podcast. And yeah, I'll post the community post when I have the fishing videos up and ready.